like a little kid's stool. Well, how are you doing? Yeah, me too. Tonight, we're going to talk about a lot of things, but one of the things I want to talk to y'all about is I'm starting a new bandwagon, and if y'all want to get on it, I got plenty of seats for everybody. And what this bandwagon is called I Ain't Gonna Take It Anymore. Now, this isn't political or religious or anything like that. Here's the deal. We are what they call the silent majority. And by definition, what that means is we're the people who go about our lives, we pay our bills, we pay our taxes, we live our lives, we put roofs over our family's head, and we don't make a bunch of griping and crying noises. And in the end, we get the shaft. You know what I'm talking about? And the older I get, my patience use is about that long anymore. And so I decided, you know what, I pride myself on being a nice guy. And I'll always be a nice guy, but I just about decided there's some stuff I ain't gonna do anymore. Like, I'll take you as an example. Like, for one thing, and I already told her this, I ain't gonna go shopping with my wife anymore. And I'll tell you why. Because if my opinion really mattered, we wouldn't be in that store in the first place. I ain't gonna wear a suit to a funeral anymore. Because if the guest of honor don't care what I look like, what should I? That always amazed me. We're born naked, and then they bury you in a suit. Hell, is there a dress code in heaven? Because I'm in trouble if there is. I'm not going to hold my farts in at the post office anymore. You got that right. You want me to wait 40 minutes in line to mail a damn letter? You're going to get what you get. And I ain't going to stop looking away now if I see a freak with green spiked hair and a chain running from his nose to his crotch. I used to look away and go, oh, I shouldn't stare at him. Now I'm going to stare at him like he's a circus freak. And I'm going to keep staring at that kid till he goes, what are you looking at? And I'm going to say, what keeps his mama up at night. And by the way, bulldog, that ain't an original look. I got lures in my tackle box, look just like you right now. And I am not going to pay $7.50 for a box of M&Ms at the movie theaters anymore. That's just stealing. I mean, it's not like it's some specialty candy we can only get at the movie theaters. We've all been to a damn 7-Eleven. We know exactly what they call it. Here's my theory. If I can take my own bottle of wine into a restaurant, I should be able to take my own box of milk duds in a movie theater without some 15-year-old acne-faced boy looking like he's going to take me down. True story. Wife and I are going to the movies. I stopped by a little 7-Eleven there and I pick up a box of Junior Mints and milk duds. When you put them two together in your mouth, it is a party that will not stop. And we walk in the movie theater, this little kid goes, you can't bring those stuff in here. I said, well, I think I just did. He goes, that's great, thanks, sir. That's how we make our money at the movie theaters on concessions. I said, well, good for you, son. I said, you know this, the United States government makes their money on taxes. But that don't make me want to pay 30 times what I owe. Like some woman tell me it's going to cost $20 to see her boobs. Hell, we all know the going rate is $1. At least that's what I've been told. I know, and listen, I know part of this is me getting older, and I don't mind. I'm in my mid-50s, and I like that age because it's a cool age. I'll tell you why. Because people have to listen to you now. Because you've been around for half a century. Trust me, if you're in your 20s and you try to say something intelligent in a group of older people, they're thinking, shut up. You're in your 20s. Now here's the problem. When you're in your 50s, you still care what people think about you. So you tend to filter what you say. Now, if that's the case, then I cannot wait until I'm 80. Because you know what? 80-year-old people don't care what you think. And they don't have to. They've earned the right to ignore you. Think about it. How many 80-year-old people with any tact at all do you know? None. Because they don't have to. Does Grandma hold her farts in at the dinner table? No, she does not. She has earned the right to pass gas at your dinner table. Hell, she'll probably fart at the pearly gates on the way to meet sweet Jesus, and he will welcome her in. How great is that going to be? You can say whatever you want. You get pulled over by the cops. Do you know why I pulled you over? Mm-hmm. Because you're a jackass? What? Arrest me, I'm 80. I'll be dead by the time the paperwork is done. There's one for the boys back at the precinct.